And we are good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another video here on our channel, Telling the Nation You're Loved. Okay, I'm going to be continuing to share the word, continuing to share the gospel, and going to be continuing to explain how we're loved. As you know, that's what we're here to do. Okay, so wow. You've seen what I posted yesterday. I wanted to post that video to get a little perspective on what I was talking about today. Um just wow. Okay, so essentially you had store um a store clerk. Okay, so yeah, the background story is actually a clerk, and he was going over there to help the lady. Okay, so he goes over there, he goes out of his way to help her, and she was rude. First on how she actually addressed him, not with I, but just barking orders. And that's just how it is. Then okay, so she wanted a chew toy for her cat, and she's like, where are they? As you've seen, he points over there, and she's like, oh no, they're not over there, instead of just like looking to the left a little bit. So she's like, no, I don't want this one, this has mustard, get me that one. And he clearly said the other one has mustard too. Did you pick that up? He clearly said the other one has mustard. Then he gets it anyway, and then she explodes in frustration because that one has mustard, and apparently her cat does not like mustard at all. So, I don't know. I just couldn't help but to chuckle a little because work service industry, have worked in a number of different places with customers. Most people do work directly with the public, and I have my fair share as well. So I can definitely relate. So, I titled the video that way because, that's pretty much how we would perceive them. What is this Karen? I'm pretty sure you guys can look up the meaning of that in, videos on that, but without steering too far off the path of where we're trying to discuss here, let's stay with it, okay? So, it may be hard to understand, but by just calling this person a Karen and then meeting her or him where they are, with anger, you get to that situation. I put censor because I didn't want to put too much. It got worse, cursing, and they're throwing things, so it got crazy. So how do we stop that? How do we stop that? As you've seen in the video, I have the verse here. I will be putting it down below in the comments section for you, also in the description box for you to, view and do the research on and take in as well. So Matthew 24 verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. There wasn't really any love there. Okay, so if we're moving in love, that's going to lend itself to patience. It's going to lend itself to thinking before we act. That's going to lend itself to diffusing these situations. It's not much he could have done there. However, throwing things at someone's grandmother is a no. Throwing things at someone in general is a no, as we know. But if we're going to be moving in love and we have to act Christ-like, we have to have what? Starts with an S. Self-control. We have to have self-control. It's the only way. If the majority of people are acting like this, and you see the majority of people, a lot of people unfortunately act like what we would call today a Karen. My generation, use that terminology a lot. And unfortunately, in a lot of situations, the person that is a supposed Karen usually gets more upset once, it's said and identified. So that's not really diffusing the situation either. So I have another verse connecting with that self control. But yeah, if the majority of people are like that, everything we've been going through, everything that, has been just getting crazier and crazier day to day, people are just losing it. I personally was in the store plenty of times. People wanting to cut you off with the carts, people wanting to, just act like they don't see you, they're reaching over you. I was in a store one time with my cousin, she almost got hit with a cart. No apology granted, nothing. So just, just rude, just volatile behavior. Not love like at all. So we just need to bring something different into the situation. If everything's salty, sprinkle in some sugar, okay? And counterbalance it. Sometimes it's really hard to do, but it's the only way that it's going to actually diffuse the situation. So, by having self-control and, thinking before we act, it's not gonna happen instantly, but you're gonna notice you're gonna get yourself getting better and better. You're gonna notice yourself becoming more and more patient, dealing with different types of people and different types of situations. If we're looking at these things as if they're tests, and ultimately we're trying to go we're trying to go up, we're trying to go to heaven. So if we're looking at these individual situations as tests, we're gonna be like, okay, let's put on that armor. Let's remember everything we've been studying. Let's remember that we are the representatives of the kingdom. If you think about it in that vein, you're going to be able to, get better in dealing with these situations. So just to share you that verse that I did want to connect to this situation as well, I'm going to put this one in the description box as well for you guys to, take a gander at, is Proverbs 25:28. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. And that can be, interpreted in many different situations, from behaviors to, commentary. It can lend itself in many different environments. Not having self-control. If a city has no protection, it's going to crumble. So you yourself, you're going to crumble if you can't figure it out, if you can get better. We can't always fight back. If we're letting God fight our battles, it's going to be dealt with. We don't always have to meet them where they're at and fight that fight, even though sometimes we really want to. A thousand no's rule. Don't, no, just don't go there. So, yes, very, very interesting. We're going to continue to look at different situations that would definitely be a nice addition to what we're doing here. Looking at different situations and looking at it in, like, a biblical point of view. Looking at it, how Christ will look at the situation, because ultimately we're supposed to be representatives of him. So looking at those different situations and seeing how are we going to deal with this. So I would like to add that as a series to this channel. And also, in regards to the channel, stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the 2-week mark of me consistently posting. And I feel like another 2 weeks is coming, in another month and another month. I'm just going to continue to roll out this content because this is truly amazing. And hopefully you'll continue to stick around to see it. Thank you. You are loved and wonderfully made. See you next time.